Welcome, everyone. I am Bridget Bartlett. I'm super excited to have Andrew Hagen here, who is the founder of ZappyChat, and he's going to talk to us all about conversation AI. And you guys, if you're not using conversation AI in your business in 2025, you're going to be left behind. I promise you. If you're afraid of AI, you need to get over it because everybody else is going to be using it. So, like I said, you're going to be left behind. I just see lots of businesses who refuse to go into AI. It's jump in, you guys. Seriously. Andrew, this community is so in love with Zappy Chat. So in
Love
love with
to hear
Zappy
it.
Chat. Yeah, so we are super, super excited to have you here.
Yeah, I am stoked to be with you guys today. I am curious for the people who are here with us live, if you are already using AI in your business in any capacity, I'd love it if you dropped a one in the chat just so I can see if anyone is actively using AI in their business yet. Just drop a one in the chat here. Awesome. So we've got a few folks dropping ones in. Yeah, they're flowing in here. And so Bridget was saying earlier, it is becoming more and more a necessity to implement. But part of what I'm going to talk about today is that you are by no means too late, at least not yet. It is a really exciting time to be working in AI and be leveraging these tools. Uh, and while a lot of things have already happened, it's not too late to jump in, and there's still a ton of opportunity out there. And so I want to talk to you guys today about specifically how to build better businesses with AI employees. And so I'm going to walk through some things that I've seen and the approach that we tend to take before heading into some actual case studies and breakdowns of ways people have used this in their business. And then if we have time at the end, we can do some Q&A. Anytime I'm talking, you can feel free to drop things in the chat as well. So does that sound good to you guys today?
Yeah, let's go.
Awesome. So first of all, just a little bit about me. I know I got to meet you guys last month, or maybe just 2 weeks ago, actually. Time flies. I'm the co-founder of ZappyChat, Andrew Hagen. I'm a proud husband and father in Washington, D.C. There's my kids on our electric bike in front of the Capitol building. You might know that something big's happening here this weekend, inaugurating a new president. My neighborhood might be a little bit of chaos this week. At this point, I've helped thousands of agencies, specifically with speed to lead solutions, over the course of the last 4 years now, specifically the majority of which in the high level space here. Fun fact, I'm partially colorblind. So if any of the slides don't match or have weird colors, that's my fault. And I'm a big old nerd. One of my favorite hats here is my spreadsheets hat. I slap it on regularly during meetings anytime I start to get into numbers and analytics. And so that also lends itself over to AI and nerding out on this stuff. And as I'm sure you guys picked up last time we chatted, I love getting to talk about this and getting to nerd out on it.
We're all nerds here, Andrew. You are in the right place.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. And so my big why in business and like great book by Simon Sinek, Start with Why, that I highly encourage reading. It's a great way to drill down as to finding your why and finding why you are in business and helping to drive not only your vision, but your product and your market, all of those things. But my big why is that I believe that better businesses build better humans. It's a little bit of a tongue twister. Better businesses build better humans. And the reason I say that is because when businesses are operating as they should, when they are operating well, it should actually improve people's lives. And I mean that in every sense. It should actually improve the lives of the owners. It should improve the lives of their staff. It should improve the lives of their customers. And it should even improve the community as a whole, whether that is a online digital niche or a local community. Ideally, and I think a reason why a lot of us are in business is that we're looking to improve lives. Most of us, primarily our own, but ideally that is flowing out into other people's lives as well. And we as marketers, as software resellers here, if you are in this sort of niche, we're in a unique position where we actually have the opportunity to create a three-tiered win. And by that, I mean it can be a win for you and for your business. It can be a win for your clients, and it can be a win for your clients' customers. Classic Michael Scott win, wins all around. This is, the gold standard that we are looking for. We're looking for wins, not only for us, but for our customers, and that their clients, their customers have a good time as well. And then for people like Bridget and myself, we are even more confusingly another tier around where we can like win for ourselves and for our clients and our clients and our clients' customers. So it can get a little dizzying at times, but nothing's more fun in business than seeing people's lives benefit from solutions that we are proposing. And so I don't know, guys, is this resonating with you guys so far? Are you looking for, do you understand what I mean when, can you see the vision of a win-win here for your business? If you can, drop a 2 in the chat for me. I'd love to just see if you guys are with me on this.
I will say that I have a thing like when I make deals with people, I like to just make sure that we both win in the deal because I know that if you feel like you won, you're going to be a better partner for me. And if I feel like I won, I'm going to be more motivated to do it. So I love business deals. I feel like that's how you make a great deal is when every party feels like they won. So I totally agree with what you're saying.
100%. And also, this is the longevity and the long game in business. Opposing opinion would be that there's opportunity to get quick cash, to sell to people and not really deliver on the back end. And there are ways to make money, and you don't have to look much farther than the news to see examples of that happening. But in reality, that only lasts for so long, and you can only keep up that hustle for so long. And not to mention, it's not ethical, at least in my opinion. If you're looking for a quick buck, there are ways to go and do that. But someone ends up holding the bag, and the longevity in building a business and like creating recurring revenue, creating something that is sustainable and something that thrives looks like seeking wins, not only for yourself and for your team, but also for your clients, their customers. And I believe seeking the good of community and humanity as a whole, but we won't get too raw feel good in here today. And even there, you might be thinking, Andrew, like this is, yeah, all feel good, whatever, but how do we actually do this? I'm glad you asked. That's where we're headed. So, how are we going to be able to get clients? How are we going to be able to find businesses we can serve? How are we going to be able to even have the opportunity to create these wins? Because if you don't have any clients, there's no way that you can create wins for them, let alone for their customers. And it's going to be hard for you to create wins for your own business if you don't have any income coming in. And so a crucial tool is having a tip of the spear. This is a term that gets thrown around in business lingo. Tip of the spear meaning something that breaks through, something that is literally the point of the spear that can pierce through pierce through the noise, pierce through any reticence, and actually get you in with a new client. And so the tip of the spear can be a number of different things, but the biggest one that we're all seeing right now, and a big part of why you guys are in Bridget's community here, is that AI is the biggest buzzword and the biggest tip of the spear there is, and maybe the biggest there is in recent history. Uh, and marketers are uniquely positioned to take advantage of AI because we sit at the top of the funnel. The tools we use are top of funnel, meaning that they are the first thing that leads interact with. And how wide the top of your funnel is impacts how much gets to the bottom. If you have a bottleneck further down, then that's your limitation. But if we can expand that top of funnel, it gets us so many more opportunities. And a lot of people are limited, a lot of businesses are limited based on how many people actually know they exist and are able to contact them. And so since we're in the marketing space, we're able to open up that top of funnel and have a lot of opportunity. But a big issue here is that even though AI is now, no one's asking, what is AI? Or what do you mean by it? Like we all have encountered ChatGPT, even your mom or your grandma knows a little bit about it, but it can still feel distant and intangible to your average business owner. And a big thing, this is some of our internal language at ZappyChat. I'm always talking with our product team and our vision that we want to make AI accessible, practical, and effective. We call it ape mode, reminiscent of so easy a monkey could do it. But making AI accessible, like bringing it down to a level that anyone can interact with it, making it practical and that it actually solves real world problems, and making it effective and that it does it well. And still, you're probably still asking how. Get to the how, Andrew. Let's get to how we go about this. And so a few ways that you can use AI in your business, and then one that I'm going to specifically drill down on here. You can use AI when you just start to think, how can a marketer use AI for businesses? You can use AI to generate content, AI to segment customers, to better target your messaging. You can use AI for predictive analytics, like to predict what sort of criteria and actions leads are going to take. You can use AI for better ad targeting. You can use it for market research. You can use it to measure your return on investment. You can even use it to write your slides for a presentation you're doing on Friday. Just some real world examples there, in case you're wondering where I got these examples. It was AI. One last one is using AI to respond to leads. And this is obviously my favorite. Well, maybe I shouldn't say obviously. Maybe you're like, actually, I'm big on generating content, or I'm big on some of these other pieces here. But using AI to respond to leads it's the epitome of making AI accessible and practical. And the reason is that it's tangible, impactful, automatable, and universal. Tangible, meaning that business owners can understand this. If you try to talk to business owners about using AI for predictive analytics or for market research, that all feels soft. I can see the result down the road, but responding to leads, that's something that is tangible. It's immediate. It's like close to most small business owners. Or if it's not to them themselves, it's to someone on their team where they know this is a real thing. This is a real burden on our business, actually responding and communicating to leads. It's impactful. I'm going to talk specifically about how impactful it can be, but obviously having responses to inquiries, having responses to leads, interacting with them is hugely impactful for the sales funnel and for conversions. And then a huge one is it's automatable. So these other pieces, you can automate pieces of this, but they still require some human analytics to come over it. It's like ad targeting. You can let AI run your ads, but usually ad targeting is gonna an AI product's gonna get you close there, and then you still want to review and change it, tweak it. Same thing with content. But when it comes to AI lead responses and actually chatting back and forth, in part because of the advent of ChatGPT and how much people use it, like it is built around chatting. And so this is what AI is really good at. And when you can coach it and give it the direct instruction, then you can truly automate your lead communications at the top of the funnel so that leads can get qualified, booked into appointments, questions answered, even disqualified appointment contacts. It's something that you can truly offload off the business owner's plate. And so in this, when you can describe it as, hey, here's what it does, and any business owner can understand that. Even my grandmother can understand that, who's 94. It's impactful in that it actually impacts the business and impacts the top of funnel. It impacts how many sales and conversions they're getting. And it's automatable, meaning like you can truly cast a vision for, hey, we want to take this off your plate. A lot of times what I tell clients when we're doing work for them, like, and I'm speaking to a actual business owner, upfront where it's like, we are not going to take 100% off your plate. But right now we're going to start off, as soon as we turn this on, we're going to get somewhere in that 80 to 90% range. And then we're going to work to improve this to get closer and closer to 100 so that it's always improving and getting closer and closer. But the fact of the matter is nothing's ever perfect. But imagine if 98% of your lead responses are handled perfectly. How great would that be? And so all of this leads to this, I think, truly being the best opportunity for selling SaaS, for selling marketing services as the tip of the spear, using AI to respond to leads. And a huge piece of it is that it's universal. AI employees solve a universal problem to all businesses. Before I go to the next slide, does anyone have a guess as to what universal problem I'm going to highlight here?
How do I get more leads?
Speed delete.
That's a big one. Speed to lead. My guy Charles nailed it. Speed to lead. Charles, what is speed to lead, since you nailed it there?
I'm a fan. Speed to lead is basically as soon as you have a lead come in, that's a hot lead, right? They're highly engaged at that moment. And then every minute or every second that you delay interacting with them, their interest wanes. So you want to get to them as quickly as possible because that's the highest opportunity that you have for conversion, Andrew.
Charles, you want to just give the next portion of the presentation for me here?
Thank you. I'll take it from here. No, go
You
ahead.
nailed it. You nailed it. No, that was awesome.
Yeah.
I've said that before too. Charles is just like that. Charles is good.
I'm copying Bridget.
That's incredible. Great. Yeah, like speed to lead. at its most basic is how fast a business responds to a lead, because when is the highest likelihood you have of closing a lead? It's when they express interest. And that's because of this scientifically proven truth that willpower is a depleting asset. And just to illustrate that, we're in the new year. Who in here has a New Year's resolution? Drop a one in the chat if you made a New Year's resolution. Or actually, yeah, drop a one in the chat if you made a New Year's resolution, and then drop a two in the chat if you're still holding to that resolution so far this year. See some ones, see a couple twos. Nice. Looks like we have some solid follow through here. Maybe you guys are the overachievers and setting up, but I don't think I have to pull any stats to convince you that most people give up on their New Year's resolution by the end of the year. This is why the gym is so crowded in January and then it empties out throughout the year. But it's been scientifically proven that the more you use your willpower, the less you have, to keep going. And so it's in the same way that you might wake up in the morning going, oh man, today's going to be a great day. I am not going to snack all day. Like I've made a commitment not to snack during the weekdays. That's part of my New Year's resolution. In the morning, that's easy. 10:30 a.m. rolls around and you want to grab some cheese and crackers or a yogurt or something. You're like, no, I'm not snacking. 3 p.m. rolls around, all of a sudden that's harder. 6 p.m. rolls around and you just got off 2 client calls and you have to go pick up the kids from daycare and you're feeling hangry. All of a sudden, not snacking is impossible because you used up all your willpower. And you might say, what does this have to do with speed to lead, with working with businesses? It's exactly the same thing. Yeah, same thing. Like you set out to try to exercise, whatever, skipping that. When someone actually makes the decision that, oh, I'm finally going to sign up for that gym membership that I've been meaning to. I'm finally going to take care of that leaky faucet in the guest bathroom. I'm finally going to get life insurance, or I'm finally going to start my own business and sign up for that SaaS I've been eyeing. When someone makes that decision, their willpower, like they've initiated their willpower and they have enough in that moment to take action. And they took the action by sending you a text, by filling out a contact form, by reaching out on Facebook, by making a phone call. Like they took some sort of action. And when you meet them in that exact moment, you're aligning with their willpower and you're moving forward in that direction. But if you get back an hour later, already their willpower can diminish. Already their resolve, their decision can start to question it, or other things can come up, or other businesses can swoop in and steal that opportunity. And just the time it takes to respond results in a lower chance of conversion. And obviously, if you as a business miss that initial communication and you never respond, there's likely very little chance you're going to get that business. And so this is true for us, but it's also true for our clients. It's a universal problem applicable to so many different businesses. A couple quick illustrations from my own life in recent months. We are renovating our basement to turn it into an Airbnb rental. And so needed to get a HELOC, a home equity line of credit. Started reaching out to lenders to get the process going, knowing, all right, I'm going to get in people's funnels. Let's see how they're doing. Let's see what they got set up. Let's see how many calls I get. Let's see how many texts I get. The fastest response, guy texted me, asked if he could call. I said, yes. He called immediately. Friendly guy out of Jersey, and struck up quick rapport, like immediate communication. And honestly, I was won over by the entire process, how quickly he responded. And I was tempted to go ahead and sign and get the process rolling. But I was like, this is the first guy who responded. I really need to do some due diligence. I really need to check other rates. And waited around the rest of the day. First of all, only got a couple other calls, like other businesses didn't even call until the next day, or they just emailed, or they waited till next week, yada, yada, yada. But I realized pretty quickly that first guy was actually offering rates about 2%, like 2 whole percentage, not even points. I don't, 2% higher than like market rates from the other lenders. But I almost went with them. I almost went and took a worse rate for me that would make more money for the business just because of how quick and how well they communicated. And on the flip side, a couple of months ago, I needed a plumber for a garbage disposal issue, and I did eight reach outs. Only 4 of them actually ever responded. 3 of them that day, and only 1 of them within the hour. And guess which one I went with? The one who responded within the hour. I didn't feel as much need to do price checking due diligence. And then I was like, my sink won't drain and I need a plumber ASAP. Just someone help. And once more, the speed to lead wins. A phrase that I don't know who to attribute to is that money loves speed. And that's the truth. And goes to part of why we're on the cutting edge of AI and bringing these new tools to business owners soon gives them a leg up, and money loves speed there as well. But all of this to say that speed to lead is a universal problem. Some quick stats from a few different studies. They've shown that lead conversions increase by 391%, so 4x if you respond in the first minute. After 5 minutes, the odds of a lead qualifying drop by 80%. That was a different study. And another study showed that like only 27% of leads, that is 27% of leads that reach out in some capacity, ever get contacted or called back. This is just like across SMBs in general in the United States. Those are different numbers, and I'm not sure the exact science or the exact precision on each one, but something is pretty clear. A pretty clear equation here in my mind, at least, is that quicker responses equal higher conversions. I see some head nods. You guys are with me. It's just clear that if a business responds more quickly, you get higher conversions. And still, so many businesses have zero system, or they are just relying upon a single person to keep it all together. They're relying upon some willpower and some self-discipline, which is depleting there.
Just before the.
Okay. Wasn't sure if it was a question for us or if it was an accidental unmute. And so in this, like when I'm talking to business owners and they're somewhat skeptical about a CRM, when they're somewhat skeptical about bringing AI into their business, some foolproof questions that you guys can take these and apply them as well is just asking like, how long on average does it take a new lead to get a response? Or how many times does a lead actually hear from you before you give up? Because the vast majority of businesses, that answer is anywhere between 0 and 3. A lot of people think that if they sent a text and tried to call once or twice, that is like the most they could possibly do. And so opening their eyes to like what else is possible, or just asking like, when's the last time you contacted leads that are older than a month? Like, when's the last time you even looked at your cold leads list? These questions point business owners to the fact that they're not doing things they know they should do, or at least they know would bring more business. And the fact of the matter is because they're too busy. They have too many things going on. I've also found that most business owners have some shame around this. There's always you're going to be like, oh, welcome to the chaos. It's going to be so terrible in here. That was a conversation I literally had last night. And it's, hey, you're doing better than average. Like, you're great. And we have tools to help you do better. In the back of your mind, as a business owner, you know that you should be following up with these leads, that you should be staying on top of them, that you should be responding more quickly and responding more thoroughly and like rejuvenating old leads. But all of us have things we know we should be doing, but we aren't. And so this is the area that we can go back to the Michael Scott win, where we can create win-wins for us, for our clients, and for their customers. We aim to solve speed to lead for our business and for our clients' businesses. And now I know that in this space, particularly the fact that you guys are in Bridget's group and like here on this, it might feel like everyone is already on the AI bandwagon, that everyone has already implemented AI in some capacity, or it might even feel like you're late to the game or too late to jump in. But the truth of the matter is that in this marketing space, yes, it's very loud and people are all over it. But once more, as marketers, we're always at the cutting edge. We're always at the top of the funnel, like pushing the boundaries forward. When you get to your local plumber, your local roofer, your local hairstylist, your insurance agent, they might have heard of some of this, but the vast majority are not using them. The adoption curve here shows like the way that academics look at the adoption of new technology, that you have this early stage where the innovators dive in, and at that stage, it's only about 2.5% of the population that joins in. And then gets up to 15% when you add in like early adopters. Then we get into early majority, late majority, and laggards, the last 16% to adopt it. These are the folks who were still using a flip phone in 2015, or maybe still today. Good for you if you are. But even in the marketing space, like I, you guys know, do you guys end up in other marketers' funnels? Other marketers get a hold of your phone number or get a hold of your email. I'm always amazed because I will almost always respond, in part because once more I'm curious. I want to see what other people are doing. I want to see how your system is. And I am shocked when someone who is reselling HighLevel or someone who is going to even selling AI will talk about their webinar coming up, and I'll respond and I'll get no answer. Even marketers in the space who are selling similar solutions aren't actually even solving the speed to lead. And that's in the marketing space. And truly looking at this, I think that for digital marketers, we are in that late majority. We're in the back half of the adoption into marketing businesses. But when it comes to your local SMBs, when it comes to the average American small and medium business, I think we're definitely still in the like early adopters and early majority, depending on your niche, depending on the industry. Like when I mentioned insurance agents earlier, I feel like they're more in that early, like they're a little more advanced of compared to like your average plumber, who they might still be in the early adopters, or it might even be innovators, where in some niches there might only be 2.5% of their industry who have even started to look at AI and bringing it in there. And just once AI is responding and once it's been implemented and speed to lead is actually getting solved, this is the typical experience that people have. This is from an agency owner just a couple weeks ago. They said the biggest thing for the success of the system is just the fact that they feel heard. Means customers, like their customers, their leads feel heard. Clients aren't used to the speed. They're not waiting hours and days or sometimes even like a week to get a response back. It's right away. From 2025, people are still surprised when a business actually responds in a timely manner. The majority of us, when we go to at least certain industries and certain niches, we don't expect quick responses. I did look to change my car insurance earlier this week, and the Progressive Geico, they are on top of it, and you will get many texts and calls. Their system is great, but the majority of niches aren't that. And so the expectation from the market is not yet that you get responses right away. People want responses right away, but they don't yet expect it. We have the opportunity to give businesses the ability immediately immediately exceed expectations in the eyes of their market and in the eyes of their leads with their first point of contact. Nothing is greater than when you have a need and someone exceeds expectations in how quickly and how effectively they respond. Universal problem of speed to lead is still the best tip of the spear for marketers for getting in with a business. And so even if you want to go on to sell paid ads and sell reputation management and whatever other services, features, anything else, this is so universal and the opportunity is still so much there that I still think this is a great approach for getting it in and proving your worth with clients, and including that as the cornerstone of your offer or as the intro offer that you then can upsell into these other services once you have trust and once you've garnered some of those wins. And so my basic roadmap for creating a speed to lead system, and the basic roadmap that I adapt for different clients and for different industries, for different businesses, is simple 3 steps. And ideally it's communicating and delivering a win for the client along each of these 3 steps. And it's simply just integrate, automate, amplify with AI. Real quick, 1, 2, 3. And so by integrate, I mean getting responses into one place, getting communications into one place. And in this case, it's a CRM, it's HighLevel into your white label space. This is still even just eliminating the last 2, even without automations and without AI plugged into it, just that base level of integrating all communications into one place is still value. And I fully believe that if you are a good salesperson, which clarification, I'm not, I'm terrible at sales, but I know that good salespeople could easily sell just an integrated unified inbox, not for the same level that they can with AI and with automations, but that is value in itself. And so step one, just talking to the customer and understanding what they're currently doing, and then painting the picture for them. Hey, what if we have all of that in one place? Here's what I need to make that happen. And that's just the first step here, is just getting it all in one place. We did this. We just simply set up a couple we set up call forwarding from HighLevel to an answering service. And we set up a webhook from the answering service to create a contact in HighLevel as the first stage of this process for a client last week. And he was like, wow, great work on that. So excited about this. And I didn't tell him like, oh, this took the team 25 minutes, maybe. This was a small first step, but already he's excited. He's having the time of his life because oh my gosh, I can log into one place and see these things instead of having multiple phones, multiple emails, multiple conversations. So step one, integrate. Thank you, Charles. Appreciate you. Step two is automating. So like creating the automations just for those things that we know need to get done. Once more, I'm not sure who to attribute this to, but I've heard from at least someone else that we automate the things that are most important in our lives. We automate the things that we want to intentionally make easy so that we can be sure they get done. I automate my mortgage payment because that's extremely important to me. If that doesn't happen, bad things happen. I would not want to lose my home or in a lesser extent have damage to the credit score or anything like that, rack up interest charges. So we automate the things are important. In the same way, we begin to just automate initial responses, automate a basic nurture sequence. And so by that, semi-regular text messages and emails to anyone who gives us their phone and email, just so we know, hey, we're at least continuing to get in contact with them, just simply providing a little bit of value, reminding them that we are here, and leaving that door open to potentially convert them in the future, as well as having that initial outreach, that initial point of contact for text and for email, to make sure that like at least some sort of response goes out. And basically, this is where HighLevel was able to get up to until recently, unless you were using a solution like ZappyChat, which you could have had in 2020, but now in HighLevel and like now using ChatGPT and OpenAI, we can do so much more that we can move beyond just that initial automation and into true artificial intelligence that moves the conversation along. But integrate, get all the communication in one place, automate, set up some basic nurture sequences, some internal notifications, and like initial outbound responses. And then the next step is amplifying with AI. So like taking that and just using AI to move it even closer. I was a big golfer in high school. I'm a very bad golfer now, in part because I got burnt out practicing so much and all of that to be fifth string on the varsity team. But I sometimes think of selling marketing services and selling software as a golf game where I'm thinking, how close can I get the ball to the hole for my client? How close, how easy can I make this game for my client? So just integrating into one platform, maybe that's a solid tee shot, gets us out in the fairway. But if you hand me a 7-iron right now and say, get it on the green, it's probably not going on the green 9 out of 10 times. And so if we can then automate it and actually get them on the green, that's great. Now they just have to, hey, just 2-putt for par. All you got to do is 2-putt for par. But once more, pretty bad at golf these days, most likely going to 3-putt. Or if you don't watch me too close, I might 3-putt or 4-putt. And with AI, we're able to get the ball closer and closer to the hole, trying to turn it into just a 6-inch putt, trying to turn it into something we're just setting up for the client to succeed in. And AI actually takes the interest that has been expressed through the unified inbox, through the CRM, and takes that inbound, goes through the outbound, inbound into the system, outbound out of the system. And then once they respond to that outbound, AI takes over from there to actually get them into the booked appointment or get them into the follow-up call or send them to the sales page, getting them towards that end goal. Now, once more, this is where I go back to the golf analogy. It's like sometimes the AI might be able to actually put that in the hole, where it's closing the sale and like they never actually talk to a real human directly. And that does happen, that does exist, but obviously there's going to be elements of it where, oh, a sales call is going to help conversion. Like talking to a real human to answer these questions and have an actual sales process is going to help. But we can make that easier by using AI to actually have these back and forth conversations, actually move the lead along closer and closer to the hole. So yeah, hopefully getting us a birdie, setting us up for a worst case scenario bogey. Philip, I try to play bogey golf these days, and hopefully keep us away from any triple bogeys. But so that's the basic roadmap that I walk through with new clients when I'm working with a small business to try to outline, hey, these are the steps, and based on their situation, giving them a timeline along that, and trying to paint for them a picture how each of these steps is a win, so that they know that, hey, we're heading towards completely automated conversations where AI is handling all of this, where calls are showing up on your calendar and you're just getting on sales calls and closing like crazy, or you're being able to focus on whatever you want to focus on. But first, what we're going to do is get it all in one place, which is going to make everything easier for you and your team. Then we're going to make sure all of this outbound is automated, which once more takes pressure off your team and make sure things are automated that are important. And then we're going to turn on the AI, and that's when things really get exciting and we start actually amplifying your impact. So before diving into like basically what I have the rest here is some specific case studies of some actual like AI conversations and some points and principles that I want to point out in those that I think are helpful. But before I do, any questions? I didn't see any come through in the chat, but just want to see if you guys have any questions about that sort of framework before we take a look at. I'm trying to think of a golf analogy here and falling short.
No, Andrew, it's like it's hard to concentrate because there's so many golf like dad jokes going on in the chat right now.
I love a good pun, so I'm all about it. Awesome. Yeah, if you've got no questions in the chat right now, but I think we'll have some time for a Q&A at the end here before I got to run. So let's take a look at a couple case studies and examples from some different industries and different situations. So first I've got for you guys a fitness case study. And so an agency owner took AI and his CRM and helped a gym earn over 40K in under 2 weeks with $0 ad spend. So just taking advantage of his existing list. And with another one of his clients, took a trainer from 2 clients up to 27 clients in less than a month. And basically his playbook is to leverage the list to launch a new offer or a new challenge to both existing customers and old leads. And so using that as their playbook here. And so this is an example. This is a longer example here, and I'll show you a shorter one later, but just want to show you that they reach out initially with lead has, or in this case, this is a lead from an older list. And so they've somewhat teased out this idea of a big new launch. And then they reach out with, I'd love for you to grab a spot so we can chat about your goals, and then say, by the way, what are your fitness goals? And so this is an example of establishing greater connection with the lead to bring about more, not only more trust between the lead and the business, but also this encourages the lead to imagine themselves in their best case scenario, like in their happy path, kind of tapping back into some of that willpower and some of their potentially New Year's goals that they've passed up on. And so encouraging them to engage. And so they give, some background and talk about their goals. The AI hops in and says, that's fantastic. You've already made great strides toward your fitness goals. When do you hope to achieve this next goal of feeling more athletic? And so the AI is encouraged to ask some follow-up questions to like learn more about the goals, once more establishing connection. And so they say, honestly, no specific timeline. That's perfectly fine. It's important to focus on the journey rather than the destination. What challenges are you currently facing? And it's probably being I think she meant consistent with a clean diet and also not being in a gym for the past few months. AI expressing empathy and like understanding to make her feel heard and still provide encouragement. It's all about balance, making healthier choices. Are you interested? And she says, I'm interested. Can I ask about costs and time? Will this be class-based or more of a personal training style? And she expressed interest, but throws up some objections. And the AI jumps in to provide the answers to her questions while still pushing it towards that goal. So not only providing the sort of FAQ questions about costs and times, but then still moving towards, hey, let's get you on the phone to talk with a trainer, because we know that when they get on the phone, that's when we're most likely to close and convert. And so you can see the answer there. And then, would you be open to us scheduling an in-person appointment with one of our instructors to discuss? Let's do it. Fantastic. We've got times. Unfortunately, I work. I understand times outside of that time. Boom, boom, appointment booked. Cassandra's into the gym. And so just an example of how using AI can take a reactivation, which formerly would have just been like this initial message and looking for the hand raise, just saying, are you interested? And looking for yes or no's and going off of that to follow up with conversation, having a human do it. Instead, all of this connection is established, this sort of trust, this understanding of what her goals are, understanding of the program, and she's going to do 5 p.m. and talk to a trainer there. Or another quick one here, just another example of AI expressing empathy and like actually bringing more humanity into the business. I'm sorry to hear that Cassie's not feeling well. Health always comes first. When she's feeling better, we can have her reschedule. We have availability, yada, yada, yada. And so this is just an example that I see all the time, and why I talk about AI actually making businesses more human, because the previously existing system of not being able to text anyone, of calling the gym and leaving a voicemail and not knowing if that voicemail was actually received is a very inhuman process, in part because it depends on humans on the other side, or on systems, or on the gym owner having capacity that he doesn't. But the AI actually gives capacity to the business to be empathetic and successfully reschedule a cancellation. So quick MedSpa case study for you guys, where AI is handling 95% of the front end work, and this agency's started charging triple for their build and launch, and saw their conversion go up from 20% to 50% on their new leads. And so this one does seasonal offers, which is an old strategy that you can make up a reason. There's always a reason to celebrate. Just look at the calendar and you can make up any sort of seasonal deal, seasonal package, and change things up there. And AI scheduling here, let me see, what's the one I'm looking for? Yes, this is just AI adapting. We'll just skip on to the insurance study case, because I know that we had someone in here talking about being in insurance already. I thought this one was worth getting to. And so actually just earlier this week, for a single client, so agency that serves insurance agents, and just this week for a single client, the AI responded to over 800 messages and booked 52 appointments, all completely automated so that the insurance guys could just be on calls selling. And so here's an example of what it looked like for insurance. So someone opted in at 9:05. There was an initial introductory text followed by another one that's meant to humanize the process. By the way, I'm a local agent that specializes in these programs, not call center, telemarketer, etc. And then saying, is later today or tomorrow better for you? They say yes. And then the AI is triggered to confirm at least their zip code before booking them in. And so you can see here that the AI actually asks for the zip code at 9:07, and then 45 minutes later is set to follow up. And so it follows up exactly where it was in the conversation, like in the qualifying in the qualifying process, to try to re-engage. And so, are you still there? Can you confirm your zip code is still 32091? Lead says yes. I'm bust, sorry, busy. And then they say, let's schedule a call to discuss your eligibility further. Does today at 12:30 or 1:30 work better? And then once more, 45 minutes later, because we all lose that willpower, we all lose that attention, even though this lead wants to learn more about their insurance subsidy eligibility, it follows up and they finally answer 1:30 and books them in there. And so it's in these small pieces, these small things that any of us would do if we are having a one-on-one conversation, if we are texting with a friend, or if we only have this one and only client, then we would be expressing empathy. We would be writing lengthy responses that affirm their fears and encourage them towards their goals, and explain the specific program and specific details. And we would be diligently following up with them to get them towards what they wanted. I had a lawyer who was reticent about some of the follow up and nurture when I was encouraging him to follow up more than 2 or 3 times with a what's it called, like wills and trust estate planning consultation. And I just had to remind him that, hey, they told you they wanted this. They know they don't have a will and they actively want one. Like they know that this is a need. You're helping them by following up with them and making sure they get what they want. And so in all of this, AI helps us to actually be more human in our interaction and be more and build better businesses because of it. And so even though we're using artificial intelligence, it's actually making our business better, more human, more connective, more empathetic, more effective, and more profitable, as well as freeing up our time. And so this is why I get so excited about it. And so I'll open it up at the end here for questions. But if you're interested in learning more, you can hop on a demo at zappychat.com/demo and ask more questions there. But we've got a few minutes at the end here, so I'll open up the floor to any questions you guys might have.
Yeah, you guys feel free, ask away. Oh, Anthony, of course. Anthony got his hand up first.
Good to see you again, Anthony.
Hey, what's up, Andrew? I'm loving your tech, man. I've been
Awesome.
showing it off, and I came across a doctor. I wanted to know if you had anything in the medical field. I know you guys have been working on some stuff. I saw some ads on it,
Yeah.
but I was having a little bit of trouble getting information because the ad needs you to put the doctor's information, and some of
Okay.
these doctors don't want me to do that.
Got it. Got it. And so we do have, yeah, we've got plenty of clients in the medical field, including some done for you solutions. I think dental, chiropractic, med spas, holistic wellness, those are all areas that we've seen a lot of traction and a lot of info there. Is what specifically are you looking for?
Okay, this is, in fact, you know what? I can show you a link that is exactly a copy of what I'm looking to do,
Okay.
if that's okay. If that's okay with Bridget, I've already shown it to her. So is that okay, Bridget?
Yeah, just I want to make sure we get to Charles and then we got to spin the wheel. So I want to be respectful of Andrew's
Okay.
time as well.
Basically, I need to be able to get information. The doctor wants to take, when he goes to see a patient, he wants to be able to record what the patient is saying. He wants he wants that bot, one, to be able to transcribe so they could transfer that information into
Mm,
their database.
got
And
it.
there's various other things that align with obviously the
Yeah.
HIPAA compliancy comes in with the go high level, but I need to know, what do you have that I can use to maybe try to work with whatever you already have?
Yeah. So with our, like, we've integrated with HighLevel in a HIPAA compliant way to use our ZappyChat AI, but our AI is specifically for responding to leads. And like I was talking about, solving speed to lead. I know that there are plenty of AI transcribing tools that exist. I think Otter AI might be recording us right now as we're on this call, or I'm not sure what tools Bridget uses. But yeah, I'm not familiar enough with the specific recording tools as to what would be best.
I'm not too worried about the recording stuff. I just need to know, what if you can give me any information that ZappyChat has on what you guys are doing in the medical field, what builds you have, so I can go from there, and other tools that we have,
Yeah.
integrate ZappyChat with that, and I could build something using ZappyChat. But right now, I have
So
no.
primarily, yeah, so primarily it's qualifying leads, so having that initial conversation, booking appointments, answering FAQs, and doing follow-up in terms of booking the next appointment. And so handling those conversations is really where our bread and butter is and what our AI can do well on that side.
Right. So do you have that access? Could you give me access to that ad that you were running to that was talking about how to set it up? Because
Yeah,
I know
if
you
you
guys have workflows and stuff. I imagine you guys have training on how to set it up for the medical field, or else you wouldn't run the ad
yeah,
typically.
so we are typically using our base snapshot and customizing it from there based on the customer's needs. So looking for going back to that basic roadmap of integrate, automate. And so that integration piece of going, okay, what are your current communication streams? How can I bring as much of that as possible into HighLevel so that I can then automate and apply AI to it to increase your conversion and customer satisfaction or patient satisfaction. So it's not so much a specific workflow or snapshot, but if you send an email over to support at ZappyChat, the team there can always help you with like custom things you're trying to do. And some of those teammates are some of the people running that inbox are also people who work with our like done for you healthcare side.
I've also added inside of your dashboard, you'll see the support tab. You can click on there and that goes to the calendar for the open office hours and things like that that they host. So if you want to dive a little
Okay.
bit deeper into that,
Yeah.
do that.
I'll definitely take advantage of that. This is something I
Cool.
want to do. I love your product again, man. I can't wait to see what I could do with it.
Awesome. Thanks, Anthony.
Charles, go ahead.
Couldn't find an unmute
There you
button.
go.
Yeah, so first of all, I want to say I love ZappyChat. Been using it for a while now, so it really does everything that you said that it does and more. That's my plus. But my question specifically was when we're talking about posts, and I'll use Facebook for example, right?
Yeah.
And more or less from an ad standpoint. Correct me if I'm wrong here. If I have a third party that's putting up my ads, then I can't have ZappyChat interact with comments on those posts. Is that correct? And then my next part of that would be because I understand Facebook, but then if we're talking about other platforms as well too, comments on whether it's YouTube or whatever, is the same thing there as well too, or if you can
Yeah,
expand on that.
so the limitation is there is on like Meta's API, and they just don't allow automated responses on ad posts. And so whether it's you running the ads or a third party, we don't have a way to automate that, and I'm not aware of one that exists. And then yeah, similarly, we don't have an integration with YouTube's comment API either. So those are still manually handled at the moment.
Okay, I know I appreciate, but other than that, it does the job. And so every time I look up and I'm like, oh wow, like all of that information is already pre-collected because I do a lot of pre-collecting
Yeah.
with ZappyChat before the actual appointment because I still have to be involved in that process.
Yeah.
It does a wonderful job. It updates all the fields. So I appreciate you,
What
Karen.
it's there for. Appreciate you, Charles.
It's so nice. And this is what I love about this community because we're all doing kind of the same thing with the same tools. So everyone has, some people are just starting using it. Some people have been using it for years already. So it's so cool to be able to hear that like real world feedback from people actually using the tool. Thank you so much, Andrew, for joining us again. You are welcome anytime. If you guys want to create your own white label version of ZappyChat, you can go to myvisionagency.com/ZappyChat. The link is also in the description. You can also check out the playlist of all the training that I've done on ZappyChat as well as in our community. Andrew, did you have anything else that you want to share before I go ahead and add everyone's name to the wheel and we see who the winner is today?
Nope, nothing else from me. Thank you so much for having me. And Charles, I'll come back next month sometime.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
guys.
Thanks so much
My
for
man.
All right, guys, we got to spin this wheel before we're done today. I just want to make sure that I'm entering everyone's names in here. So feel free to talk amongst yourselves for just a minute while I enter all of these names in here.
I'll jump right in, guys. Today I held my private consult with Bridget, and might I say it was like a snowplow just cleared the road for me today. And getting clarity and understanding my confusion between MBA and my own branding agency, as well as what the best path for me going forward will be. So if you don't win, you still win when you schedule your own consultation with her. Because when I say she cleared it up like seriously a snowplow. So thank you again for that, Bridget. I have been like sitting here on cloud 29 since we got off that consult, just trying to come down out of the cloud so I can get to work. But thank you again.
That's so nice. Isn't that really like the feedback we all want to get? And it's like Andrew was saying, it's really, we all just first we start this because we want to help ourselves. Duh. Like that's how it starts. But it's so cool when you can create a business that actually does help other people, like in real world ways where it's like they see the needle moving in their business. They see the sales increasing and they feel inside the like passion and the motivation and all of those things that when things are not looking good, it just that all goes away. And then it's so nice when you can just feel that hope, like, oh man, all this time I've spent building this is not for nothing. It's really
Yeah.
going to work out.
And then to join here inside our community and hear the different people's experiences with the so many softwares that we use, but to hear each individual person speak about what's moving the needle in that business. And honestly, the transparency of what that needle looks like for each individual here inside of our network, it makes it so much more comfortable for us to go and come in here, share our situation, get the feedback, and then go out and make shifts and changes that actually work for us. So thank you to the community as well.
Yeah, I agree with you. We have an awesome community. And I agree also that is so important, especially like in this online world. Sometimes it's really hard to know who to trust. Are they just teaching some strategy that like theoretically works, or are they actually using this and it's working? And I think that's something that's really cool about our community is I encourage everyone to be honest. I'll tell you if something's good or bad or whatever, sometimes to my own detriment. But I love that transparency because the last thing I'd ever want to do is recommend something for you guys to use and then it just be like a complete waste of time. Because, like I'm always saying, time is our most valuable asset. We can't create more. So it's so important. I want to make sure that I have added everyone's name. So if I do not call your name, definitely let me know. We have Martina, Charles, Andrew, Anthony, Frankie, Keith. I spelled your name wrong again, Keith. Manny, Maria, Philip, Ray, Rick, and Sharika. Am I missing anyone?
Yeah, you're missing Brett.
Brett. About that.
So hopefully I can win what happened last time.
I know. See, it might be a good thing. Did I forget anyone else?
Yeah, MRINAL.
Oh, Renal. Oh,
No.
sorry about that. Anyone else? Going once? Twice? All right, here we go.
And that's the little gift with us looking on and anticipatory.
Mr. Manolo. All right. Congratulations.
All right.
You've had a rough time, Manny. You deserve
Way to
it.
go, Manny.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get back, but I'm coming along. Thank you very much.
Are
You all
you
have a
safe?
great
Man, my
weekend.
prayers are with you, man.
Yeah. Manny, did your house is still there and all of that stuff?
Yeah, it was touch and go for a little while, but my son lost his house. So we're working on that. Yeah. He's having a hard time.
I'm
But
sure. I can't
he was
imagine.
able to get the dogs out and everything on time.
And
That
that's
was
a
good.
blessing. Things can always be replaced, even though that's easier said when you didn't just lose everything.
Yeah. It is rough here because it's a lot of folks around here without homes right now.
Prayers are with you.
Bye-bye.
Praying for you. Have an awesome weekend, you guys, and I will see you all on Monday. Go make your vision.
Bye.
If you're considering signing up for HighLevel or you're already a HighLevel member, this is the video for you. I'm going to take you behind the scenes as a six-figure-a-year business that I've built on HighLevel without a team that allows me to work from home 4 hours a day, building the life, not just the business that I always envisioned. Now, let's dive in. And when you first create your HighLevel account, it'll look very similar to this. The colors will be this like blackish gray color, and you'll have your HighLevel logo up here. And this that we're looking at right now is the admin dashboard. So this is going to be where you manage all of your sub accounts. So a sub account is what we're looking at here. These are two different business accounts. And if I wanted to go into that business account and I wanted to, manage it as the agency admin, I could click here to switch into the sub account. Now, the problem that everyone has is they all have this. They all have the exact same tools. They all look the same and they all function the same because it's all HighLevel. So you either need to provide something on top of your HighLevel account to differentiate your business from everyone else's, or you're going to race race to the bottom on price. Okay. And that's certainly not what we want to do. So in my agency, of course, you'll see that I've rebranded it, and you'll see that I have all of the standard high-level tools in this account, except when it starts here, I start adding my own tabs here. Okay. So this is what's going to make my agency stand out. This is what helps me to provide additional services to my clients. So I've added a coaching program. I've created an onboarding course here, and I wanted to add that custom menu tab there so that it's really easy for them to know where to get started. Okay. So I've gone in detail in my training and all of that. And of course, this that we're looking at right now is actually the community or course builder inside of HighLevel. So if we wanted to, or my user wanted to bounce around here, maybe take a course, this is what all of that looks like once you've gotten it all built out. Okay, so you can see for my program, I have the start here, and then I have all of the different tutorials and everything, and it looks beautiful. Okay, you also have an affiliate management system inside of the client portal, which is what houses the community and the courses. And then you see what the community looks like as well once you have it all built out. So I've created this, and I've just been able to put a tab here inside the dashboard so that all of my users can access the community and know where to get started. Now, we also have a tab here for the AI ads leads. So this is another white label software that I've created or that I've signed up for to provide for my agency clients. And you can see here, this is actually a really good software. You can just simply search for, in this example, marketing agencies in Indianapolis, and I can get all the contact information. I can even get the emails of everyone who works there. Interesting that this my agency pulled up here. But if I wanted to select all of these contacts here and I wanted to send them to my HighLevel account, or my users wanted to do that, they simply just select that and they can click here to send to the CRM, and then it goes right into the contacts. Okay, so we're creating solutions based off white label software that integrate with HighLevel and provide additional services. Now, the best part about software is that you do not have to spend time. Okay. This manages and runs itself. I'm providing incredible value for my clients or sub accounts, but I do not have to spend my time doing that. Okay. Now, the next thing that I also provide is an AI coach. This is another white label software. This is really, really great to help train the AI and create a brand profile. What's cool about this tool is that you can actually you just put in your website URL, and then it will help you create your avatar, your customer avatar. It'll tell you what their pain points are, and it stores this in your profile, and then you can create all of this content for your business, like email campaigns and all of that. And what's cool about this over something like ChatGPT is it will remember everything about your business to help you generate that content. All right. We also have the sales bot here. So the sales bot is an AI tool, again, that I've white labeled. This does integrate with HighLevel as well. And you can see the sales bot, the dashboard here. All of my members get access to their own dashboard where they can create unlimited AI bots. Now, HighLevel does have an AI bot. The difference is, though, this bot builder does not use AI credits, so it's unlimited, and HighLevel charges $97 for the unlimited. There is a pay-per-use plan, but having this bot builder allows my members the ability to resell unlimited bots, and it doesn't use any AI credits. So they're able to offer this as like a low barrier of entry, an entry-level offer, and then, of course, upsell to the other tools. Now, also in our program, I do have another white label software that is the social autopilot. Now, what's cool about this tool is it allows you to create, again, you're training the AI for your business and with your brand colors and all that. And it allows you to create campaigns. It's going to pull in your brand colors and all that, and then customize the images and the website and all of that. And it's going to go ahead and publish to, like, if I agreed this was all good, then it would publish to all of my different channels. So it's not just creating the content, it's actually creating the post, and then will automatically post to all the different channels. So you can see that you can connect your accounts for Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, and forgot all the other ones here. So we have Facebook, Google Business, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, TikTok, X, and YouTube. Okay, so you can create that content to all of those different platforms. And this is inside of my dashboard as well. Now you can also see that I've used another software that allows me to create 60 plus chat GPT prompts that my members can use to generate content. For example, we have a terms of service and a privacy policy, but you can see all of the things down here. But again, we just want to create these tools and resources for our members inside of our high level business. Okay. High level is a great foundation for a business, but it's not the entire business. Okay. And then, of course, I have a tab down here for our community. So I did have the get started that takes us right to the onboarding. That's just to make it a little bit more clear. But I always want our members to go to our community where they can receive support and all of that. I also, like I said, I do have the learning area here for all of my members to access the training. And then I also provide open office hours. You can see our events calendar in the community. So I am actually live Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And all of our resellers have the ability in our program to join me. Not only am I live, but immediately following the live, I open up a Zoom room so you can join me and all of our community. And, there's great conversations there. But what's awesome is we're all using different tools in different ways, and we're able to provide experience and support to all of the members. Okay. So I always say, I am a great resource, I hope, but our community is definitely just priceless. All right. Now, the next thing that I also added into my high level agency is the task manager. HighLevel does have a task manager, but this is more formulated like Trello. So it's a little bit easier to manage and to view all of your tasks and assignments. Now, all of the tools are great, but we also need resources. We also need a system. And one of the things that I love about HighLevel is we have the ability to create a perfect system for our clients inside of our HighLevel program or your business, whatever you want to make it, an agency or whatever you want it to be. And what I love is we're able to create these websites or all of these digital assets like courses and funnels and blogs and forms and quizzes and all of these things. And we can actually copy the entire account and have it automatically loaded into a new user's account as soon as they sign up. So as soon as Jane Doe signed up for this account, she automatically had in her account a course in the membership area. So you can see, and I do provide a course for all of our members because they have the ability to resell our AI manager here. So I definitely wanted to provide a course for them. So when their clients, sign up, they have a course that they can use that can be imported into the snapshot as well. And if you go into the sites area, you'll see there are 4 different funnels here. Close that out. There are 4 different funnels here. And of course, you can import all of these. But what I love about the system is if we go into edit, just want to show you a little back end cool thing here. You actually have the ability to not just upload the system, but you can actually customize it instantly as well. So I'm going to show you how. You'll see here that, this is a great template, and lots of us have signed up with programs that have templates, and we have to do a lot of customization, and we certainly don't want to have to spend our time as the agency doing it, and we don't want our customers to have to do that either. So you can add what's called custom values. If we scroll down here, you'll see that this button here, the color of the button is actually attached to a custom value. Okay, so if I click in here, you'll see this custom value. Now, you can build these custom values with not just colors, but with images, like I have the logo here. Now, if I go back, all of these websites or all these funnels have all the custom values and all of that. So when I go back into this account now, in my onboarding instructions, all I need to do is tell the users where to upload their assets. Okay, so I'm going to go to the custom values here. We're going to go to the folders, the MVA done for you system, and all they need to do to change that, change the logo and colors, is just add their own here. So let's just do a little test here. I'm going to update these colors with a different brand. So I'm going to say the primary color is this here. And we're going to change the secondary color. Let's go ahead and update that. And we'll change the secondary color here. And if I wanted to, of course, update the logo, I certainly could do that. But just to save time, I'm going to just show you about the colors here, because you will definitely see the magic that happens and why HighLevel is so good with duplication. If I wanted to change the logos, all I'd have to do, you'll see here that it's attached to a custom value. I would just change the link. Okay. So let's go back now into the sites, and you'll see where it was blue, and it's still kind of showing blue there. If I open up the page now, it's going to be all different colors. So now you'll see that it is purple and orange, which are my brand colors. You'll also see here, if we go to let's go to this funnel here. You'll see it's not just this one, it's all of the different funnels. They've all been updated. So you'll see that this website has also been updated, and you'll also see that not just, like I said, not just the colors here, but these actual images, they're SVG images, and you can have them update with the custom values as well. Okay. So I hope your mind is blown with the level of duplication that you're able to do instantly by utilizing the HighLevel snapshots. So if you see what's happening here, we've had HighLevel, the skeleton or the foundation. We've added additional, a community. We've added coaching. We've added additional software here. And we've also added funnels and websites and all of that. And now the whole purpose of my entire program and the business that I've built is to help others do exactly what I have done. Okay, so that's why I'm providing this done for you system to all of our members, and the licenses to rebrand and resell the AI Ads Manager, and also the ability to resell unlimited sales bots. And all of that is done inside of the HighLevel agency, using it as the foundation of our business, not the entire business. Now, if you're ready to sign up for HighLevel, I'm going to give you a free My Vision Agency Starter Plan to help you get started. This includes our Done For You system that you can load into your own HighLevel account, our live group coaching 5 days a week, the ability to resell your own brand of our AI Ads Manager, and unlimited sales bots, among many other resources. So choose the HighLevel plan that works best for you, and I will see you inside.